Hello, Stony fam, and happy Halloween, or should I say happy HALLOWEED, is what I like to say. It's my favorite way to say it, anyway, honestly. Sorry for how long it's been since I've last caught up with you guys and hopped back on to a podcast. It's been a roller coaster of the past 2 weeks, let me tell you. I'm not going to be getting into that right now, or whenever. I'm not sure when I'm going to be getting into it if I want to at all, but I've had a lot of stuff going on this past couple weeks, and not only have I been really busy with things going on, but as well as I just mentally needed to also take a break and a step back from putting that much of myself out there. I still wanted to be, of course, active on social media and still post certain things that I want to post, but I kind of wanted to refrain from posting this type of emotional depth of myself onto the internet right now. I kind of wanted to just take a break. Reason for that being, there's been a couple, but one that I can think of right now that's a pretty big part of it is the magnitude of just imposter accounts that have been created that are still up in the internet and the universe that are out there promoting and pretending to be me. And it's, at first, I didn't really care that much. It's whatever, it's who the fuck knows who this is, who cares, it could be a robot for all I know. And then I started to get upset about it because I noticed that they're making, from what it looks like, they could be making profits off of my content, which is not okay whatsoever. For somebody else to be collecting money off of my own things, so that's really not cool. It's one thing to repost my shit, whatever, pretend to be me, still weird, don't like it, but can't really stop you. But that is something I will not condone whatsoever, and I will do my best efforts to stop that 100%, because that's also illegal. You can't do that. So yeah, that's also been a reason why I've just been I don't even want to do these certain things right now. But on a positive note, it is Halloween, my favorite holiday of the every holiday, out of everything, out of my birthday. I just love Halloween the absolute most. It's the one day of year where you can dress up and be anything and anybody you want to be. No questions asked, really, besides, what are you, if you don't understand what the costume is, I guess. But you can do whatever you want. I mean, even wear as slutty of a costume you want to, if you want to, or be as scary or funny or whatever you want to do. Or a mix of all in between. It's awesome. It's really cool to be able to have that much creativity for a day. We're free to be whatever we want to be, kind of, to an extent. And dress how we want anyway. But people will be kind of giving you dirty looks if you're in a full-ass costume, probably, on a day-to-day basis, just walking down the street. I don't know if it's okay to be or socially acceptable if I was just walking around, for example, in an it costume. But it'd be pretty cool. I wouldn't be judging. I think that's pretty cool. But some people, out there, whatever. Anyway, quick update. I've been getting back into gaming a lot more and been playing The Sims especially, which I haven't played in actually probably over a year now, until I just recently picked it back up. So, and this Sims game in particular, I haven't played in probably a decade. So I've been super excited to get back into playing that, and also taking quite advantage of the extra time that I do have right now to spend with my dog and to do certain things that I would like to get done for myself, not only for my mental health, but for a lot of different reasons. So I've been quite content with this freedom and free time that I've acquired now. So since it is Halloween, I thought that I would, not only am I going to spark up a bong pack in a sec, but I'm also going to kind of reminisce and go back in time and talk about pretty much all of the costumes that I've done. I kind of want to just see if I can remember all of them. And I'm really eager and excited. I know it's literally Halloween today, but I'm already thinking about what I'm going to dress up for next year. I don't know if any of you guys do that too, but I absolutely, like I said, I love this holiday, so I like to preemptively plan as much as I can for what I'm going to be wearing and all this other stuff. Not even so much about what I'm going to be doing. I care mostly about what I want to wear, because that's more important to me, I guess. But anyway, I'm going to pack up this bong and get back to it. Hi guys, so now that I'm a little bit more bakey, I just smoked a little bit of gelato. One of my favorite strains, actually. It's a classic. Love it. We gotta love it, guys. So let's talk about some Halloween costumes. So back in, the furthest back I can remember, of a Halloween costume that I was the first one was an angel. I had like a little like white dress, like a kind of like a turtleneck white dress. It was like all silk, and I had white like glitter fairy wings, like angel wings. Angel wings attached to me, and like a halo that like was like a clip thing, a headband thing that stuck on my head. And I was like, I think I want to say like maybe 2 at the time. When I was like 3 or 4, after that, I remember being a really creepy, scary vampire. I had like the whole get-up going. I had like a black cape going, and the cape like went up over like to my neck. It was like one of those collar things. I had very spooky makeup on. I had, I think, black lipstick on with white face paint makeup on, and like drips coming down my mouth. And my hair was like sprayed white. I know. I remember. I don't remember actually like the conversation at all I had with my mom, but I do remember strongly wanting to look scary at that time. Why, I have no idea, but I have pictures of that. I do need to look and try to find those, because that is one of my favorite costumes I've ever done. Even though I was a child, it was my favorite. When I was a little bit older than that, I'm not sure when, I also remember doing this like really creepy, I don't know what the fuck my parents were thinking dressing me like this, but I was a Barbie doll with like a really creepy mask. I don't really know. It was like a plastic doll mask. And I think I had a blonde wig. It was really weird. I did not like that costume whatsoever. And I remember specifically hiding under the kitchen table because I was supposed to go trick-or-treating with I think it was my preschool class. And the teacher came to the door and like with all the students, a bunch of students anyway. I don't know if it was all of them. And they're at the door. My mom's like, all right, you gotta go. And like my dad was saying the same thing. And I refused to leave. I did not want to go. I've been pretty much, I wouldn't say 100% like antisocial. I just have a strong, loving need for my alone time. And I have really bad anxieties most of the time around people I don't know. And just in large groups of crowds and all and whatnot. And at that time I was experiencing it, I think. Very early signs of it. But whatever. I did not want to go. My dad was not happy about that, but fuck him. I didn't go. So I stayed home. I don't remember what else I did. I think I went and handed out candy at my grandmother's house. But I'm not going to be able to probably do this chronologically that well, so I'm not even going to try. I'm completely abandoning that now, guys. I've completely abandoned it. I'm stoned, and there's no way I can do that. But I can tell you what I've been and try to reminisce on that anyway. So another one I really loved that I did when I was like really young also, I was Dorothy. And that was really fun because I got to walk around with my aunt's little Yorkie and had her in my little basket that I had that was big enough for her to fit in it. And I had the whole costume, like to the 10. I was really done up, and that was probably one of my favorite costumes as well that I've done because it was just so well put and well thought out. I had like the sparkly red shoes. I had the Dorothy's outfit, like the checkered blue and white dress, whatever. And my hair was braided in pigtails like hers, and I had obviously my freckles, but I had more painted on my face, which is kind of silly anyway because I have a lot of freckles, but whatever. That Halloween I remember specifically because TMI maybe, whatever, I don't give a shit. I had also gotten my period that like week, like I want to say like maybe a couple days before Halloween. So it was kind of like awful, but at the same time I really did have a great time being able to be dressed up. I also think I did a black cat as well around that time too. I've been a black cat I think twice. I mean that's pretty much an easy go-to when I have no idea what I want to be. That's kind of my go-to, but no offense to anybody. I mean black cat's an awesome costume. That's my go-to when I have no other idea. But yeah, I really liked being Dorothy. I went to a Halloween costume party when I was younger around that time too. It was like in 6th grade I think, and everybody was dressed up, and that was one of my favorite memories as well. I remember eating so many M&Ms that my stomach was really fucking hurting me. But I ate a lot of candy, had a lot of good time. And that was like way back in time when I didn't even need to really do what we do now as, adults, and later on in my teenage years, like partying and stuff. Like I was sober, completely sober. Nothing wrong with, obviously, I mean, I love cannabis, of course, but that was like one of the only moments at my youth when I didn't need to rely on anything or didn't even use anything medicinally. I was just living life, high on life. Anyway, going forward, I was also a zombie cheerleader, I believe. Or no, a dead cheerleader. I wasn't a zombie cheerleader. I was a dead cheerleader. I used one of my old cheerleading costumes, or uniforms, and made it into a costume. That was alright. I did not have a very good experience that Halloween either, but I did like the costume. It was okay. Could have done better, though. But to name a bunch of others, I've been Jason, I've been Chucky, I've been Freddy, I've been a THC cheerleader, which was really fun because I got to, and that was when I was working at as a bud tender at a different dispensary. I was dressed up as a THC cheerleader, wearing like my pot leaf skirt, and I had a pot leaf tank top, and I had green pom-poms, green clip-ins in my hair, like green like hair highlights. I had green eyeshadow and green pot leaf stamps on my eye, like green everything. Like I went all out, and I had a lot of fun being dressed up that day. And selling, not only dressed up like that, being able to also sell weed dressed up like that was fun. And I won, tied with someone else in that costume contest that we had at work, too. So that was cool. What else have I been? I've been a devil. I've been a witch. I remember being, most recently, being ketchup and mustard to go with my dog's costume. He was a hot dog. Also was dressed up as a Playboy bunny. And then I also bought a costume intended to be Princess Daisy. I'm so glad I did not have to pull through and get dressed up like that, because I know that I would not have had any of the time that I would have had to dress up as anything else that I wanted to. So I'm glad that I got to experience this holiday the way that I truly wanted to experience it. So glad I didn't go through with that. And I got to use the dress thing, part of the costume that I was going to use for that, for something else. So it was still useful. Honestly, the list goes on, and I would probably be sitting here all day naming a couple. I mean, not all day. I haven't lived that long, but there's been quite a many costumes that I've dressed up as. And I wonder if whoever's listening, you guys, if you can even, if you want to think back and try to think, like, what have I been? And I'm curious because I don't know. I like to think about that sometimes. Not only just because I want to make sure I'm not dressing up as the same thing. I have done it. It's not a huge big deal to do so. But I'd prefer to try to just keep it fresh, keep it new, and do different things. I really strongly love dressing up as something scary. Like super scary is my favorite, or something in the scary horror realm. I don't really mind doing like cutesy funny stuff, but I'd prefer to do more scary stuff. But anyway, guys, I am going to cut this short because it is HALLOWEED, and I do have plans tonight. I have plans to do some things and spread some Halloween spirit around. So I hope that you guys are having a great rest of your evening, your day, your morning, whatever time it is where you are at. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your festivities. And of course, get really fucking baked. But I will say before I do hop off of this that I'm probably going to be switching gears coming up very soon. I can't say exactly a date and a time yet, but I do fully intend on switching up, not only just doing this podcast with either just attached to my YouTube as well, or starting kind of fresh and making YouTube content videos rather than putting a lot of effort into just doing this podcast. I'm kind of iffy about the second part because I do want to continue going forward doing this podcast, but I feel like there's no point without having my face to the voice as well. So why not start doing that too? I think for the longest time when I first started it that I was just too hesitant because of nerves and other things, and also because of my neighbors. It was just so hard to get any type of content like that. It was really hard to make in my living situation for quite a bit. And now it's not like that. So I really don't have a reason to be not doing it except for just not getting up and doing it. I have the time and other resources and reasons to be doing it. So I'm going to be starting very soon. I apologize for posting quite a few times that I would be starting and have not started yet. So I promise the next time that I do post about it, it would either be already